Even for people who are familiar with 3D softwares, but especially for people who are not, navigation inside Zbrush is kind of its own thing. Actions like orbiting, zooming in and out, and simply moving your camera around, these can at times feel a bit complicated and awkward for beginners, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Now, from the top, what we're going to talk about are basic navigation controls. However, along the way, I will also share a few more advanced tricks that I use to have more control over the camera. Make sure to watch this video a lot until you don't need it anymore. Things will feel more and more natural with time, but will definitely be a bit awkward in the beginning. Back to the main topic. To orbit around your mesh, simply press left click anywhere around your mesh. This is the most basic action that you will do a lot inside Zbrush. If you want to snap your camera to one of the main views, like the front one or one of the side views for example, what you can do is to orbit around your mesh and press shift. This way, your camera will snap to the closest main view available. To pan around your mesh, meaning moving your camera left, right, up or down. Press Alt plus left click around your mesh, so not directly on it, but anywhere else inside the viewport. Next, to zoom in and out, you have two ways, the new one and the old school one. Let's start with the new one. First, hold Ctrl and press right click, while moving your mouse. If you decide to use this way, I would advise to set up your tablet so that the right click is linked to one of your pencils button. This way you can zoom in and out while using your tablet. To use the old school way instead, the first step is to simply pan while holding Alt plus left click, and then what you have to do is to release Alt while holding left click, and then you can zoom in and out. Now the second way definitely takes more practice, it might feel a bit unconventional and strange at the beginning, but I feel that this is the most comfortable way for you to zoom in and out. Now which way to use all comes down to preferences, so make sure to try both. If you're not sure even then, I would advise to try the second one, because it will feel a lot more natural with time. If at some point you zoomed too close or too far, or maybe that you moved your camera somewhere that you don't want to, simply press F so that your mesh fits back into the camera. If you press F only once, only your current active subtool will fit back into the scene. However, if you press F a second time, your whole character will fit back into the scene. If at some point you need to sculpt from a really close distance and your mesh takes the whole viewport, what you can do is to put your cursor in this area and use it to move your camera around. In the case you have several subtools and you want to switch from one subtool to another one, you could try to locate it in the subtools list, but I think it would be way easier for you to simply press Alt and left click onto the subtool of your choice. This will make it active in the subtools list. Even better, you can isolate it by pressing on this button solo, and in my own custom workspace, I have linked this solo button to a hotkey so that I can quickly switch from the whole view to an isolated one. Pro tips here now. The camera will zoom in and out based on your last brush stroke. So if you tap once lightly on any part of your mesh, it will zoom in and out based on that last stroke. Now the next tip to control your camera. If at some point you need to do some precision work, and you need to lock your camera's position in space, what you can do is go to Document, Zappling Properties, and use these three buttons, Custom 1, Custom 2 and Clear All Views. These will let you lock up until 2 camera angles and come back to them anytime you want. Simply press Clear All whenever you want to clear out both slots to lock new camera angles. And that's it! You now know how to navigate inside Zbrush. Zbrush is different from other 3D softwares because sometimes you will need to tilt your camera in very strange angles so that you can properly sculpt your mesh. Make sure to practice a lot until you don't even need to think about it anymore.